Hi, my name is Hunter Holleran, and this is my World Regional Geography Cultural Exchange Expo project. My topic that I was assigned was Irish location names and what they mean exactly. So I decided to just focus on Dublin, Ireland, and different locations and names that have to do with Dublin and Ireland and exactly what they mean. So first off, I'm going to talk about some Irish location names and their meanings. So there's different components of Irish names. So sounds and parts of words in Irish usually appear in other words, so you can kind of figure out what they mean. Gaelic, English, and Viking influences are what these place names derive from exactly. And it is possible to figure out the origins of the place names to see exactly where they come from and what they mean. And I have some examples. So first off, castle. Castle is an English language origin, and towns with this name usually have a castle in them typically. Some examples would be Castlebar, Castle Island, and Castledurg. The next name that I have is Glen, and that is of Gaelic language origin, and it means valley between mountains. So some examples are Gleneriff and Crossmaglen. And last but not least, Derry. It is of Gaelic language origin as well, and it is a name for a place of oak trees. And oak trees are found in many places in Ireland. As you can see in this picture right here, this is Derry City, and you can see all of those trees that are in that picture. There's so many oak trees, and that's one of the reasons why it got that name. So an example is Derry City, as you see in the picture, Derrygee and Inderry. So in the Gaelic period, there was few towns or places in Ireland, so that is why most places were named after features of landscapes. So some examples of that would be hills, rocks, valleys, lakes, islands, and harbors. So typically things would be named after like hills and rocks because there wasn't many towns or places and stuff, and that was the only surrounding area, so it would just be named after their features. But as time passed, more places were named after man-made features like castles and bridges. Most Irish words that mean something can be found in location names. So once you know what that word means in the location name, it starts to make more sense of why it's exactly called that. And I have some examples. So Carrig means a rock, and it's found in the word Carrick, Carrickfergus, and Carrickmacross. So these places and words have something to do with a rock, and that's why that they were named that. Loch means a lake, and it's found in the words Low, Lowbeg, and Lowria. So you can see in this picture right here, that's Lowbeg, and obviously it was named that because it's a lake. Last, Rue, it means red, and it's found in the words Caparo, Monroe, and Slivero. Next, just some things specifically about Dublin. So this is the city of Dublin. As you can see, there's a waterway that goes right through it. The meaning of the name Dublin actually comes from an old Irish word Dublind. Dub, the first part of Dublin, means black and dark, and the second part, Lind, means pool. So the whole reason why they got these two names, a dark tidal pool entered the Liffey, which is the river in Ireland that flows through the center of Dublin, at the rear of the Dublin Castle. So that's how it got the word Dublin, from Dublin, meaning black, dark, and pool. So Dublin is pronounced differently in other languages. So in Old English, it's pronounced Difflin. In Old Norse, it's Difflin. In modern Icelandic, it's Difflin with two N's, and in modern Manx, it's Divlin with a V instead of an F. Scribes that used the Gaelic script wrote BH with a dot over the B, so this made Dublin or Dublin. And people who were not familiar with the Gaelic script and weren't scribes and didn't know that they did that, they didn't put the dot over the B, so it just made the name Dublin. And this picture right here, that is the Gaelic alphabet. And as you can see, it looks pretty similar to ours. The only difference that I can point out would probably be the D. It looks kind of like an O, but besides that, it's pretty much just like our alphabet. So O'Connell Street. O'Connell Street is the main street that runs through Dublin, Ireland, and just how it got its name, that's kind of interesting. It was originally called Doregda Street, named after Henry More, the Earl of Doregda. After it was widened, though, it was named Sackville Street after Lionel Sackville, who was the first Duke of Dorset. And then it finally got the name O'Connell Street after Daniel O'Connell, who was a nationalist leader. And this is the O'Connell Monument on the street, and it was sculpted by John Henry Foley. You can see it's very busy on O'Connell Street. There's a lot of cars, buildings everywhere, people walking around. Next, settlers of Dublin. So Dublin was a Viking settlement in the 10th century, and it remained under Viking control until the Norman invasion of Ireland. So King Henry II was the Lord of Ireland after an invasion in 1171, and after that invasion, the city of Dublin was finally established. There were two Viking settlements, Difflin and Athcliath. So Difflin was the Viking settlement, and then Athcliath was the Gaelic settlement. Athcliath refers to a river Liffey near the Father Matthew Bridge. So now the meaning of the name Ireland, so like how it got its name and what exactly it means. Erie is the Irish word for Ireland. So it evolved from the Old Irish word Iriu. Iriu is the name of a Gaelic goddess, and she was actually the matron goddess of Ireland and the goddess of the land. So therefore the word, So therefore, the word means abundant land. And there is Ireland, Erie, the badge of Ireland. So this is the evolution of the word Ireland. I can't pronounce the first couple of words, but the Proto-Celtic is that. As you can see, it's very different. The Proto-Goidelic is Iriu or Iveru. And as you can see, it definitely changed. And then Old Irish, it became Iriu, and Modern Irish is Erie. So the difference between Erin and Erie is actually the name for Ireland, and it's modern Gaelic language. And just a fun fact about that is the United Kingdom refuses to use the name Ireland and will only use Erie. And then Erin, I'm sure people have definitely heard of Erin in reference to Ireland. It's actually a poetic name for Ireland. And I'm sure that people have heard the saying Erin go bragh. And there's the Erin go bragh lady with the harp. So Erin go bragh, this term is used to show your allegiance to Ireland. It literally means like Irish forever. And the first spelling of Erin go bragh was Erin go brock. And Erin is used in place of Erie. So brock literally means eternity or end of time. So if you think about what Erin go bragh actually means, Erin is Erie, which is Ireland, and brock or bra is eternity. So it literally means Ireland until eternity. It can be heard in songs or mottos, and it's very popular in Ireland. Okay, so next, Irish last names and their meanings. So, Irish last names, like I'm sure people have heard a lot, how they have an O in front of them, like O'Connell Street or anything like that. The prefix O was actually used a lot, and it means grandson or descended from. And a fun fact, O'Brien is one of the top 10 surnames in Ireland. The prefix Mac actually means son, and it was also used a lot. Fitz was another really popular one. So it's like Fitzgerald, Fitzgibbons. So last names usually pertain to something, which is really interesting. So names based on a work or profession I have two examples. O'Leary, it means descendant of the calf keeper. Guinness, which I'm sure everyone has heard that name, means son of the healer. Names based on personal characteristics. Riley means of the gregarious people. Lawler means half leper. And a funny one, I think, Kennedy actually means the ugly head. So, names that derive from a place. McNulty means sons of Ulster, and Delaney means of the Black River Slaney. And then, like I said before, sons and grandsons, Mac means son of, and O means grandson of. And as you can see, there's just a little map with a bunch of names. There's Donnelly, Kelly, Hagen, McCracken, McCleary, just a bunch of Micks and O's in there. So actually what's kind of funny, my last name, my ancestors are from Ireland, and their last name was O'Halloran, so Ohallloran. And when they came to the United States, they moved the O over and got rid of the A, so my official last name became Holloran, Hollloran. And what's kind of funny is my dad always talks about our war cry, which is Clan for Gael Abu. And it translates into something along the lines of Hollerans are going to kick some butt. So for one of our family reunions, my dad actually wanted me to make a poster that had our war cry on it. And that's the picture, Clan for Gael Abu, with my family. And all my family is very Irish oriented. Like, we have an Irish picnic that we go to in Tennessee every single year, and we just always do a lot of stuff that has to do with Irish in Ireland. So now Irish county names. So I just have some examples of county names and what they mean. So Antrim County means lone ridge or lone dwelling. Clare means plain. Kildare, which I've definitely heard before, means Church of the Oak, which there's another example of oak. Ireland has a lot of like oak trees and stuff, so you see that a lot in a bunch of different words. Wicklow means Church of the Mantan, and I actually have a picture of that on the next slide. And a funny fact about that, Mantan means toothless one, and it refers to the saint whose teeth were knocked out by Irish pagans in that area. So there's Wicklow County. It's on the right side, right next to the Irish Sea, and you can see it's a pretty big area. So now Dublin's location, like on a map, where it is, like how far away it is from us. So here's Dublin on a map, and it's on the right side. It's a pretty big area, I guess. And the latitude and longitude of where exactly Dublin is 53.3478 degrees north and 6.2579 degrees west. And the Dublin Castle is actually located at Dom Street, Dublin 2, Ireland. And here's the Dublin Castle. It's beautiful, obviously. Obviously, Ireland has a lot of castles, but the Dublin Castle was founded in 1204, and Dublin was a trade center. And it was just a small little medieval town. And then just a fact about that, people have definitely heard about the Black Death that happened in 1348. And it came and killed thousands of people in Dublin and the surrounding areas. And many people know about it because it was such a big deal, and it was just crazy that it happened. So this is Dublin in relation to Bowling Green. So as you can see, here's Bowling Green on a map. And there is Dublin, so pretty far away across the ocean. You have to fly, obviously, to get there. The actual distance in kilometers from Ireland to Kentucky is 5,854 kilometers. And the flight time from Louisville, Kentucky to Dublin, Ireland would take you 8 hours and 2 minutes. So I have never been on a flight that long in my life, but that's a pretty long flight to get there. You have to cross the North Atlantic Ocean to get there. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty far away from each other, but it would be worth it. Here's my citation pages, these two, and that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoy it.